All right, people, what the hell is going on? It is football Sunday, and I don't like these Thursday games. Well, they fine as long as my home team ain't fucking playing in them. It feels weird. I get up and I want to watch the Texans on Sunday. Them motherfuckers played way back. That was way back on Thursday. And I get up today and it's just like, because I watch the Texans. I don't really watch a whole bunch of other football. I'll depends on what other games come on during the day or whatnot. But I tell you what, I wonder what the Texans coaching staff and the offensive people in general are doing right now on a coaching Thursday. They got the weekend off, I presume. So what are they doing? I don't think they in a position to take shit off. You know what I'm saying? I don't. You have the off season for that. You get a little break after the season. Y'all season is done. Then you get to do whatever the fuck you want to do. At this point, you don't need no goddamn off time. You got shit to take care of. Because the more I think about it and actually watch other people's football and pay attention to it, it's actually goddamn depressing. It's actually pretty depressing to see that I watch the Texans every game, and then you go watch other teams, and then you look at the shit that your team is doing, and essentially ain't nobody else got that problem. It just, I'm just like, come on, man. And that falls to me because my main thing with the Texans is coaching. That's it. It's coaching. If your players ain't doing what the hell they need to do, they not coaching. And it comes down to the offensive line. And apparently, the coaching ain't working. You know what I'm saying? I can't look in, and like I said, I played on the offensive line for a while, but when I look at them, it just looked like the techniques is off. You know what I'm saying? The techniques is off. Motherfuckers is off balance and all kind of other shit, and I'm just like, come on, man. That's just, at this point, at this level, you supposed to be beyond the shit that I'm seeing. You know, like motherfuckers all leaning all over to one side or whatnot, just like, move your goddamn feet. You supposed to have, especially as a tackle, you supposed to have a wide goddamn base. You know where the fuck they going. Back there. They going back there. It's your job just to stay in fucking front of them. I know they can do all kind of weird shit, but at the end of the day, wide base, don't get your feet planted, and then if they shift all the way in one direction, you just push them all the way in that goddamn direction. You know what I'm saying? Boom, motherfucker rush around the outside of you. You know what? Keep pushing his ass out there. Push his ass out. As long as he want to go, you just push his ass right where there. If he want to go inside, you just drive him right along inside. You know, if motherfucker get a sack off of that shit, it probably ain't your fault. Because at a certain point, the quarterback got to sense what's going on around him. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. And on the interior, it's the signals that's being messed up. I'm just like, okay, you gotta, especially from the plays I've seen called, you got to have a pocket. Now there's limited shit you can do if they just bring more people than you can block. I'm not talking about that type of shit. But as far as like they talking about the stunts and the twists and all kind of shit, the defensive lineman run and stuff like that, I'm like, look, It's 3 of y'all right here. You know what I'm saying? It's 3 of y'all right there. It's y'all job to be right there. It don't matter who does this, that, or the other. You know what I'm saying? You gotta have some kind of goddamn peripheral vision going on to where it's like, okay, if a motherfucker just kind of shift over this way, you just, that you know, right there, boom, you right there. At least slow them down a little bit. Motherfuckers shouldn't just be cutting through two goddamn people and just blowing up the goddamn middle as a goddamn interior alignment. I'm sorry, it shouldn't happen. It shouldn't. That middle 3 is supposed to be a fucking wall. The one-on-one guys, the tackles on the outside, usually they got their one-on-one shit. They kind of like cornerbacks in that regard. You know what I'm saying? And then you have your running backs or your fullback or whatever extra person you got back there for your protection. Sometimes they chip on the outside. Sometimes they on the inside and they can cover the gap backside between the tackle and the guard if somebody try to get through there or something. You got an extra motherfucker coming on the outside. I don't. That's ideal. That's what it's supposed to be. You know, you can't have motherfuckers getting pancaked off the goddamn ball. How the fuck do you even make it through college? You know what I'm saying? How the hell you even make it through college? You know, and into the NFL and end up on a team as a fucking starter, and motherfuckers is just blowing you off the goddamn ball like that. How the fuck does that happen? You know what I'm saying? It shouldn't happen. Like when Kenyon Green was out there, I ain't gonna go hard on Kenyon Green right now because he hurt and he not even playing no more. So ain't no use of dwelling on that shit because he won't be in the game no more the rest of this season or ever for the Texans at least. So, but it's one of those things where you couldn't have been coaching him up. You couldn't have. Because I watch all these talking heads and shit and all these other people with their podcasts and whatnot, and they got their little shit and they talk about, you know, the whole line is dookie across the board, and I'm like, I can't disagree with that. You know what I'm saying? But it's like when Kenyon was out there and somebody break through line, it's like you know, you see the play develop and it's unsuccessful, and Stroud is either on his back or got sacked or had to do some weird shit and throw the ball away. It's always Kenyon is the only one facing, you know what I'm saying? You know, everybody else is facing towards the defense. This motherfucker is looking back here. What the fuck is you doing where you end up turning around looking back here? That's not supposed to happen. You supposed to be facing, even if you fuck up, you supposed to be facing that way, at least to the side or something. You ain't supposed to be turned all the way around looking back here at the motherfucker on top of your quarterback. And that's the thing, even when he got hurt, he had a dislocated shoulder. The motherfucker got back there and got on Stroud, and he ended up falling, and then Stroud ended up falling on him and fucking his shoulder up. That is some karmic ass shit right there. You know what I'm saying? You got a fucked up play that, you know, you supposed to protect the quarterback, and the motherfucker get back there on the quarterback, and the quarterback end up falling on you and hurting you. So, coaching, man. It's all about coaching. Tendencies. I watched the goddamn games today, and I watched Baltimore, and I was finna say Baltimore and Brooklyn. What the fuck was I watching? Baltimore and Denver. The goddamn Brooklyn Broncos. Baltimore and Denver. And then they showed some other shit, you know, after that, because that game was out of control. And they went to the end of a few other games, and then this is the late game that's on now. Detroit and Green Bay is the game that's on now. I said I'll watch this since Texans got to play Detroit next, and this is not a. I can't really tell what they gonna be doing, really, because it's raining like shit out there, and the actual game plan ain't really going like you would expect. But tendencies, man, tendencies. You got to be able to look at some of these other teams and just look at the goddamn tendencies of these people. And it's called being you got to be non-committal sometimes. Like I said, all the time. You return to the well too much. You know what I'm saying? Bloom, 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 up the middle. You know what I'm saying? You keep running the ball up the goddamn middle until they stop the shit twice. You know what I'm saying? That's third and whatever the fuck. Now you gotta, rely on a goddamn big play to try to get you off. And the thing about it is, everybody know what you finna do. It's like fucked up ass plays they got, and I don't know too much about their football. But you got people on the other side of the ball calling out their plays. What was I watching? It was one of them podcasts. The people that interview them at the games and go to the road games and shit be having these podcasts. And they talking to one of the players, and one of the players was like, yeah, I think it was Hutchinson that said that. It was Hutchinson and Mechie was out on the right side. I forgot which game it was. And they was going to throw like a little sideways, like a little hitch pass out there, little wide receiver screen or some shit. They called it. They called it. You know what I'm saying? He was like, man, they called the play. Didn't go nowhere. You got defensive players out there calling out your plays that you are actually for the run right the fuck now. Predictable. They know what you finna do. And it's the same. And it feels like it's the same. Because the same thing keeps happening. I watch the games on TV, right? And it all looks the same. Stroud drops back. Pocket collapses like this, damn near instantly. Ball gets thrown, fucking incomplete. Some kind of goddamn way. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, it don't never seem like a motherfucker's just open. And while this offensive line shit is going on, the people that do get open on occasion don't get hit. It's like when, after I watched some shit, the people that actually observe the game, because there's only so much you can see on TV, I'm like, ain't no receivers open. As far as I can tell. I mean, but it's only so much you can see watching the game on TV. Ain't nobody open. It can't be nobody open if your quarterback is sitting there for 3 seconds looking down the field doing this shit here. Or he roll out and it just run to the sideline and got to throw it out of fucking bounds. I'm assuming that can't nobody get open. And then I listen to the little shit for people that got, a better view than I do and all this other shit. It's like John mentioned. They're like, Hutchinson can't get open. You know what I'm saying? He don't have the attributes for that. He can catch the ball. But he ain't finna get no separation on nobody to get open. They were like, Mechie was getting open, but they was missing him. Mechie get open, but with the pressure in the pocket, couldn't get to him. And I was kind of glad to hear that. I'm like, well, at least they said somebody got open. You know what I'm saying? At least somebody got open. Which is fucked up in a game where them motherfuckers didn't have no catches. You know what I'm saying? They didn't have no catches, but I was like, at least the motherfucker got open. Somebody said he got open. Hutchinson, not so much. It's the play calling. It's the play calling. Like some more of the talking heads coming. They said the Texans got to start calling the game like their offensive line suck. Yeah. Yeah, you can't call them goddamn long ass downfield long developing ass plays when your offensive line sucks. You gotta do it. I'm sitting watching these games and this motherfucker, they get the ball, bam. They get the ball, and this is people with good offensive lines. You know what I'm saying? Boom, guys, get the ball out, bam. Get the ball out, bam. You know, motherfuckers start jumping on that shit, boom. Then you got some middle or downfield shit coming. Ain't none of that with the Texans. It's not. Now with Slowick calling the goddamn the offense, he got one or two good series in him. And then it's, okay, we done figured out what the fuck his plan is for the game. And he ain't doing shit else no more. We done figured him out. I'm like, what kind of goddamn playbook you got? You know what I'm saying? Well, motherfuckers can just lock you the fuck up like that. It don't make no goddamn sense. It don't make no sense. Motherfuckers just lock you up just like, okay. We gave them a first half. We figured out what they gonna do. So they done ran 12 plays. They done ran 12, 14 different plays in the first half. And they not gonna run no other different plays. Whatever they for the run is the same shit they done ran in the second half. And we already know. So boom. Next thing you know, Texas in the second half, nothing. Not a goddamn thing. You know, not a goddamn thing. It's coaching. If your offensive line is suspect, you need to know how to scheme around that shit. I'm sitting there watching these motherfuckers run screen passes and fucking slants and all kind of shit getting the ball out. And I just, whoever's on the goddamn field, same shit. Texans, nope. I ain't seen a slant pass in I don't know how long. But that's the most simplest shit. First route on the goddamn route tree. Whoop, somebody scored a touchdown. Who was that? Detroit or Green Bay? I don't know. It looked like Green. Oh, well, Detroit gonna run away with this. Anyway. Fuck was I saying? They need to do something. But I don't know. A change of personnel ain't gonna do much if you not making like a wholesale change across the whole front line. You know what I'm saying? Because from people that's observing the offensive line, it's just like the whole line suck. Changing one person ain't gonna help. You know, two people, nah. Because at this point with the Texans, you know, the trade deadline is still coming up, but you got it. You know, more than likely, you know what I'm saying? More than likely, you're going to have to sign some motherfuckers off. Sign a motherfucker off the street, man. There's one guy on here, what's his name? Chugs, whatever his name is. You know, he went through some free agents that was available. And he went through some trade prospects. You know what I'm saying? That might be possible. You know what I'm saying? Might be possible. You know what I'm saying? You never fucking know. And I'm just like, that's fine. That's well and good. If it was up to me and I had to do that, I'd pull a motherfucker off the street. I'm kind of stingy when it comes to giving up draft capital and shit like that. Unless we swapping picks and shit. You know? But yeah, I was looking at some of the, but you know, with the people off the street, it was just like, well, why are they on the street to start with? Why ain't they on somebody's practice squad? Why ain't they on somebody's team backing up? Why they, you know, and I'm pretty sure it's a lot of motherfuckers out there. You got to, you know, you think about it. All the new people. You got all the people that's in the league right now. All the able-bodied players that's on the field right now in the NFL. You know, shit, once next draft class come in, there's only so many spots. They bringing in new motherfuckers. Not of them ain't gonna make it, but a lot of the other people gonna get pushed the fuck out. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, it's gonna be a whole bunch of then you got the other football leagues. I mean, you got the other football league You know, you got good players in there, you do, but it's only so much room. You can't grade and pursue every goddamn body. Yeah, it's just. I mean, you can try. I don't know how much the goddamn general manager shit do, and where they scope stops when it comes to looking for people. Be like, you know what? There's a motherfucker that played on the blah 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 blah. Shit, we could sign him for the rest of the goddamn year. You know what I'm saying? Just get him in here. You know, he looked fine instead of getting somebody that's, you know, sitting off half retired because of injury or some shit like that and try to bring them in or something. It's a bunch of shit that could be done. You know, even unconventional shit. You're like, well, you bring in a motherfucker, be like, I ain't think that was somebody. Who the fuck is that? Bring in some big ass motherfucker. Just start mauling motherfuckers at the line of scrimmage. Who the fuck? Where the fuck did he come from? You signed this motherfucker out of goddamn Norway. Didn't even play football for last week. Didn't even play football for him. We just found the biggest, whitest, cockiest motherfucker we could find. Big pale snow monster. And just threw some pants on him and just told him, kill. You know, that type of shit. You know, something. It wouldn't be no better. It wouldn't be no worse than what's going on the line right now. Because it's horrible. The line is not being coached up. And then I was one of the people that's just like, you know what? Fire the O-line coach. You know what I'm saying? That's a move. Just fire the O-line coach. Take care of them. You know what I'm saying? It's one of the things. You fire the O-line coach. You know what? The offensive line ain't doing shit. We got to make a move, man. We got to make a move. Axe. Just whap. Axe. You know, behind the scenes, just, okay, we had to fire you, but we got you covered on this end right here. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? We got you covered on this end right, you know, but we had to make a move to show them some shit, you know? Some shit, something. Cut a motherfucker, because a lot of times, sometimes the coaches ain't, you know, they coach motherfuckers up and then motherfuckers go on the field and then just don't do what the fuck they was coached to do. It happens. You know what I'm saying? But I'm thinking that was like a move that I would say, because you don't want to do that with like your offensive coordinator, even though we do need a new motherfucker calling plays. We do. We need a new play caller. And then, but one of the positions that's just fucked up right now, just ask them. You know what I'm saying? Just ask them. You tell them on the side that, okay, this is a show move that we had to do. Don't worry about shit. You know what I'm saying? Don't worry about nothing. We gonna take care of you. But we had to do this for the team to show them that, okay, we need to straighten up. I would do it. That would be like the first thing I can do. Be like the first goddamn thing I would do, and then bring in some offensive, some O-line coach or some shit. Just bring him one and let him just roam around at practice for a fucking rest of the goddamn season. But it got to be some kind of goddamn spark. It do. You know how sometimes you motherfuckers, a team will play better right when after a coach get fired or some shit. Coach get fired. Next thing you know, the team go out there and just ball the fuck out. The old coach be like, what the fuck was that? Before them motherfuckers asked me, goddammit. What the fuck? I think the Jets did that. I think the Jets had a good game after Robert Saleh got fired. But it is what it is. What the fuck was that? Anyway. That's my take on it. I've said it plenty of times. The play calling and the offensive line play, problems 1A and B, you can put either where you want to, either, it don't matter which one goes on top. Both of those need to be remedied. You know, both of them need to be remedied. Whether they're going to try to bring in some other players or just rearrange some shit what they got on the roster. But it ain't going to make that much of a difference if the play calling is suspect like it is. You can't trust it. Just dumbass shit. You know, and I don't expect it to. It's just even watching this game right here. This fucking Detroit. The Detroit was like 4th and goal, or no, they were like 3rd and goal. And it was like 10 yards out. 3rd and goal. They ran 3 straight goddamn runs. 3rd and goal on like the 12-yard line. I'm like, what the fuck are y'all doing? I'm like, 3rd down, if you know you're gonna go for it, at least take a shot. You running like a little draw play or some shit. I'm like, what? Yeah. But they end up getting a fucking penalty, got them 5 yards close, and then they end up scoring on the 4th down. I'm just okay. Well, I still don't agree with the call. You know what I'm saying? I still don't agree with the call because that right there is some slow shit. You gotta run the ball. Run the ball. Run the ball. I'm like, goddamn, you gonna run the ball 3 times in a row, right up the goddamn middle. No variations to nothing. No, not just right up the fucking middle. Just, and they do it all the goddamn time. Don't wait for fucking 3rd and long to try to move the ball up the field, because now the defense is already positioned for you to make a play down the field, or with your offensive line the way it is. They got their ears pinned back. They finna come from it because they know you dropping back. Ain't no play action. Ain't no none of that shit. No, they finna send more people than you got to block. And from what I can tell on the Texans offense, ain't no hot reads. Ain't no hot reads. Even if you got a play call, if the defense does certain shit as a receiver, it's certain shit that you do. You're supposed to fill the void. If there's extra pressure, you fill the void. You know what I'm saying? You fill the void. They send a goddamn safety or some shit. If they send more people than your offensive line can block, you got to be right there in that second level. You got to be right there in that second level, so your quarterback can have somewhere to dump the ball off to, whether it's in the flats or across over the middle. They done sent more motherfuckers than you can block. That means somebody or somebody's done left a position out there with a gap. Your job is simple. You out there, you can see where it ain't nobody at. You run right there immediately. You can see that shit. You sitting there on the outside looking in, you could tell what motherfuckers is scooching up to the goddamn line. And right when you get ready to take off running, you see if they running back there or not. Just I don't see none of that shit on the Texans offense. I don't. And that's coming from somebody with high school football knowledge. You know what I'm saying? That's coming from somebody with high school football knowledge. It's just the shit we did in high school. And I went to a high school that sucked at football. We learned that. You know, we learned that. You're in the goddamn NFL. You're supposed to know all this. You're supposed to be second nature to you at this point. It ain't supposed to be like, oh, you get to the NFL, the game is different. You got to do this, that, and the other, blah, blah, blah. No, that shit is basic. That shit don't change. Motherfuckers rush, you run to the void. That's basic. You know, you only see shit like that when you got an older team. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, you'll see shit like that if you got like really savvy players and shit like that. Some of these motherfuckers be up, they just, I don't know how they get to the NFL. They just fast. You know, they gifted or whatever as far as physically, but I mean, they don't get no intricacies to the game and no shit like that. No, it's just, it ain't none of that. None of it. See other teams do it. I don't see the Texans do it. I see other teams doing all the shit I be talking about all the time. Even the ones that suck. And the ones that suck when they play the Texans, they do it. Eat your ass up. You want to keep running blitz? We gonna all right. We finna eat your ass up like the fucking Jets did. I mean, yeah, you bring the pressure. Okay, we got something for your pressure. You know what I'm saying? We got something for your pressure, which was something I kind of predicted that the Jets would do. I say we got a good defense. They do what the fuck they supposed to do for the most part. But you get a quarterback like Rodgers, he knows how to counter that shit. You know what I'm saying? That means your rush and your coverage got to be on point. Coverage wasn't on point. The pass rush was going to be as good as it was going to be because our number one pass rusher got hurt. And it stymied after that. So that you know, I couldn't even get mad at that. I'm expecting for Danico Autry to hop on the outside, and I think he got a couple of sacks, but I think the couple of sacks came while Will Anderson was probably still in the game. Once Will Anderson went down and he went to the outside, I think, yeah, it wasn't the same. It was not the same. Fucking Rodgers tore that ass up like I was expecting. You can't keep the pressure up on him. He will eat you up. This man been playing in the league for 20 years. You don't stick around in the league that long. You don't stick around in the league that long and not know what the fuck to do when motherfuckers. Just all the quarterbacks that have been in the league that long, they all will eat your ass up. Any of them. Maiden played, I don't know how long Peyton Manning played. He played for a long ass time. Even when he was old and broke and all kind of shit. That's why he went out on top. Tear your ass up. He can't even run. You know what I'm saying? Brady, tear your ass up. He can't run worth shit either. Run a fucked up ass defense or miss a assignment. Whap, he right on top of it. Bring too much pressure, see what happens. Whap, he done ate your ass up. You know? Rodgers, same thing. Coverage ain't on point. Yak. You know what I'm saying? That was oh well. Better luck next time. Oh my goodness. Is it still raining? Because they big play heaven over here. And that's for motherfuckers that can't move. And that's what you need to be modeling. That's the type of shit you need from a quarterback like Stroud. Stroud is fucking slow. He probably faster than me. I don't know what his 40 time was, but Stroud is fucking slow. He is. I mean, that's just, you know, he can get on the outside, run the bootlegs and sprint outs. And, you know, if he would get on the outside, run up, get you 5 yards out of bounds, that type of shit. But he's slow. He not for the outrun. You know, like Stroud is generally slower than any of the defensive ends that's chasing him. Put it like that. He ain't just for to just outrun any of those defensive ends. They bigger and faster than he is. You know, he big enough to where he might be able to shrug off a sack here and there if they catch a bad angle on him. But he ain't running away from nobody. And I noticed this watching, like I say, I watch the Texans every week. And then last week when Stroud had to run, which, you know, essentially what he's supposed to do, people around here, they get so goddamn Stroud happy. They don't want nobody to ever touch Stroud ever. They don't, you know, just, I mean, like, you better get out and run the ball. And I ain't telling you to go out there and run like Dameon Pierce. Like, Dameon Pierce got a magnet on his ass where he just running at people. I mean, you can't run around people, you know. I'm like you damn near faster than everybody out here. Why is you trying to run over everybody? Goddamn, son. That's why his ass always hurt. But yeah, Stroud can get out on those plays. He need to learn, okay, boom, get out the pocket or get up in the pocket when you can. Take those 3, maybe 5 yards or whatever, whatever past the line of goddamn scrimmage, slide. Take that shit. You know what I'm saying? Take that shit. Just slide. It's fucking 3 yards, fine. Ain't nobody worry about that shit. If you take it, you know what I'm saying? We'll fucking take it. He gotta learn to do that more. But I ain't expecting him to be like, who the fuck are, Drake May. It's just like, okay, Drake May. Goddamn. Goddamn motherfucker scoot his ass up goddamn field. It's just like, oh man. It's even Brock Purdy. You know what I'm saying? It don't even look the same when I'm watching the Texas game. I'm watching any other quarterback run the ball damn near. Any that would actually take off and run. Even with Brock, I was watching Brock Purdy last week. He was running the ball like a motherfucker. They kept leaving the pockets wide the fuck out it's open. He was like, fuck you. And it's just like when he take off running, he like, he gone. You take goddamn. It's just like he faster than you would think. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I goddamn. Stroud on the other end, nah. He as far as just running and shit, yeah, he's definitely in the bottom half. But he needs to do it. He needs to do it just to be able to keep the defense honest. Because they don't expect him to. You know what I'm saying? They don't be expecting to. They're not finna have nobody spying on him. You know what? You might need to get to the point where you got a motherfucker spying on you. Even though, like if I'll tell you this, if fucking Stroud was to go down, and they put Davis Mills in there, now that's, I don't know why I always end up talking about Davis Mills. Davis Mills get in there. Davis Mills will run. You know what I'm saying? And the thing about it, when he first started playing here, he wouldn't. And then he ended up playing behind Tyrod Taylor. And he was playing behind somebody else too. And he was like, I can do that. Like literally, he was like, I can do that. And and when he took off running, it's weird because he's tall. So it don't look the same when he takes off. But when he start running, you be like, oh shit. Didn't see that. You know what I'm saying? And his ball carrying skills ain't there. Because every time he would try to run with the ball, he ended up fumbling that shit because with nobody coaching him how to protect the ball and shit. But when he did take off and run, he was fucking moving. You know what I'm saying? He was like, didn't know he can run like that. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot. It's faster than Stroud. I tell you that. I would tell you the fuck that. Davis Mills is faster than Stroud. But but everybody got this thing on Stroud and shit, and I'm just like, it don't matter I don't know how much freedom Stroud got as far as the plays and shit like that. Is he just strictly running the plays? I'm pretty sure it's some flexibility in there. It gotta be. It can't be zero flexibility. That don't make no sense for an NFL quarterback to be out there and have zero flexibility when it comes to the goddamn line and you can't audible nothing. Now, you need to know what to audible to or how to, but I don't know how much of that they got going on. I'm pretty sure if they do, it's rudimentary. It's not a whole lot of barking and shit going on when CJ Stroud is up there behind the center. It don't seem like it's a lot of, like it's some adjustments going on at the line of scrimmage. Like you would see you motherfucker get up there and be like, okay. All right. Blue 12, 42, and you see motherfuckers like, oh shit, all right. You see everybody move a little bit or shift or something. You know the fucking play done changed or some shit. Like, okay. You know, they done changed the goddamn play depending on what the defense that showed and all kind of shit. And I don't know how much of that is going on. I can't say it ain't going on. I'm not in the fucking huddle. I don't know the signals. I'm one of those people. I run out there. I would run out there in my. I only have like a few formations. Kind of. Well, I'm saying that, but I ain't no. Like I said, I ain't no offensive coordinator. But I'll have a few formations. But we'll be able to run everything out of that goddamn formation. You know what I'm saying? Whatever play you want to run, you can run it out of that whatever formation you got on the goddamn field. You spread it out, you can run that play. Bunch it up, you can run that play. You know what I'm saying? You can go out there with the same goddamn look and run damn near every goddamn play you got that you can think of within reason. No halfback pass. You know, you can do that. But, you know, that's me and my high school brain. You know what I'm saying? That's me and my high school and Madden brain. And that's how I usually run my offense. I have my offense. Okay, you think you know what I'm for to run, but you don't know what I'm for to run. I know what I'm for to run. Formation look the same, but you don't know if I'm for to run or pass. And then you don't know where I'm for to run, what type of run, or what type of pass. You know, I can run all this shit out the same formation. That type of shit. And then you won't run out there in some goofy ass formation and motherfucker be like, they finna run a goddamn wide receiver screen right here. And then you run the goddamn play. Just that type of shit. Play calling, man. Slowick needs to change his tendencies. If he's watching any of these goddamn games, man, it's just got to change the tendencies. You got to give your receivers, you know what I'm saying, get them into the goddamn game, and you got to back the fucking defense out for you. You got to back the defense out for you by nailing them with the quick shit. You got to. And if you can't manage that, then you just suck. You know what I'm saying? If you can't get those contingencies done, then you just suck as an offense. It don't matter what the fuck you run. It ain't gonna fucking work. It ain't gonna work. You either ain't gonna be able to run nothing or you're gonna be one-sided. It's gonna be like any other goddamn time. You know, you run the ball with Joe Mixon. He run the ball good for a while, but after a while, he gonna be like, nope, we not doing this no more. You know, you got your yards with him. You got to find something else to do. And the Texans offense just, they just hadn't figured out that part yet. They hadn't figured out that part yet. I want them to start doing that stupid ass shit, motion all over the goddamn place, and then they're gonna end up getting fucking illegal procedures and false starts and all kind of shit because they want to have people running all across the goddamn field. You don't need all that. One motherfucker to go move a little bit across the field. That's it. That's all you need. One motherfucker, have them run across there. That'll tell you what you need to know. The motherfuckers just shift a little bit. They run in the goddamn zone for the most part. They might be running man, but you know, whatever. Yeah, this shit is frustrating as hell, man. It's frustrating as hell because that's the problem. Right there. It's Bobby Slowick. It's Bobby Slowick. I'm one of them motherfuckers like fire this. I'll be writing their little Facebook page. Fire this motherfucker. Get him out of here. Well, that's It's not exactly the smartest thing to do. The easiest thing to do would be just to change the shit. What was the other? God damn it, I can't remember all the people I watched. Somebody was like, yeah, you know, let fucking Gerard Johnson, whatever his name, let him do some shit as far as play calling and stuff like that. Something need to happen. You need another mind out there calling goddamn plays, not just Bobby Slowick. You got the offensive infrastructure there. You know what I'm saying? You got the offensive infrastructure there. But you need somebody else to operate within that infrastructure, because his decision making, his logic is fucked up. You know what I'm saying? Like I say, you won a good 2 series per game. That's it. And then he start trying to get cute with shit. You either get cute or you get redundant. You get cute or you get redundant. And I'm like, you got to be able to consistently mix that shit up. And then if it ain't cute or redundant, you know, the offensive line at some point will get a false start, hold, legal procedures, some shit like that will pop up right when we get a third down play. It always happens. We get a fucking third down play, third and long or whatever, boom, 3rd and 10. We get a 15-yard goddamn play. Next thing you know, yeah, a false start or a fucking hold on such and such or whatever. It's just like, what? It's just like what you need to do. Send all the motherfuckers out there with boxing gloves on. Them big ass fucking boxing gloves. Not the little ones, the big ones. Can't grab nobody with them shits. Gonna be no holding calls. We gonna you know what I'm saying? You can't hold nobody with them motherfucking shits right there. You gotta push motherfuckers out for you. Because motherfuckers be out there grabbing and pulling and holding. I'm like, what are you doing? You know you can't do that. You know what I'm saying? You know you can't do that shit. Move your fucking feet. You know what I'm saying? For motherfucker get off around from around you or under you or some shit, fall. Like for real. Fall at his legs. You lose your balance. That ain't no goddamn penalty, falling down. That motherfucker gotta jump over you. At that point, the quarterback or running back, whoever's back there in the backfield their vision need to be on point. Motherfucker, you just fall down in front like a cross body block. You know? I was thinking about that, you know what I'm saying? You just, motherfucker is breaking loose through the line and you gotta get back there. You just jump across like you just jump across in front of him like that. Not into him. You don't spirit him, but you jump like in his way where you would kind of collide with him. And like in midair, that would be hilarious. I don't think that's a penalty. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, you can't disrupt a motherfucker no more than that. You hit him, you get a motherfucker you in this goddamn way for, as long as you up on front of him, then, once you hit the ground, he got to go over you. The goddamn whoever's back there with the ball is still back there at that point. It's their fault. They had a couple seconds to do some other shit. You did your job. You did. I wouldn't. That's the kind of shit I think about, God. Because I think about it, I say, what if I was like, well, if they called me today to play some football, I wouldn't be able to. My health is way too bad for that shit. But even back in the day, I'm like, physically, I would be overmatched. I wouldn't look like it, but strength-wise and shit, I would be outmatched. How can I neutralize a motherfucker? That's it. Stay in front of a motherfucker as long as you can. If they start to get around you, fall down at their goddamn feet. Fall down at their feet. At that point, they got to go over your ass or go further around. You know what I'm saying? So, you didn't detain the motherfuckers as long as you goddamn can. Sounds weird when I say it, but hey, can't be no worse than what getting pancaked or some shit. You gonna end up on the ground anyway. At least you end up on the ground in some productive shit. Sure. So, but that's it. That's all I got for Texans this week. We got a long wait. Next Sunday, you gotta wait. And then you gotta wait for the nighttime game. Like, goddamn. So whatever they do, whatever the Texans do, they should have plenty of time to get whoever they get or get whatever they need to do acclimated. I'm trying to see, so I can't see the score on the TV from here. Get whatever they can acclimated for the game coming up. Because I'm thinking that they might be able to run the ball decently against the Giants. Not the Giants, what the fuck, the Lions. They might be able to run the ball decently against the Lions. And then everything else, I have no idea. Defensively, I'm like, you never fucking know. They playing at home, so that's an edge. They got rest, so most of their players should be somewhat healthy. They got a puncher's chance on defense. Now on offense, I have no idea. Is Nico Collins gonna make that much of a difference? I don't know. He could. He could. But we just have to see about that. If Nico Collins come back, and then you got Collins and Dale, Woods, Mechie, not so much Hutchinson. And then, the receivers, I wasn't stressing about the receivers. I wasn't even stressing about the receivers during the Jets game. But even though they didn't get no catches, which is ass. How do you... no catches between Mechie and Hutchinson? 0? Fuck you, man, is that shit. But anyway, receiver-wise, they should be doing okay. But personnel is not the issue when it comes to that. It's gonna be play calling. Is Bobby Slowick gonna be able to call a decent game for the whole game? No cute shit, no dumb shit, no overly conservative shit. I watch teams throw the ball downfield all the goddamn time. Texans don't do that. You know what I'm saying? Not a lot. It's seldom. Texans generally only get the ball when they wide ass open. You know what I'm saying? It ain't none of those little fade routes and shit. They threw a fade route to fucking Stroud, but they don't. That's the type of shit I'm talking about. You'll throw a fade route to fucking Stroud in the back of the fucking end zone or some shit. On a halfback goddamn pass, which is fucking dumb. But don't nobody else get fade routes thrown. I'm not even a fade route fan. It's just the fact that I see everybody else do it. Fucking fade route. You got a motherfucker run up sideline, you whoop, and the motherfucker. Texans, nope. I cannot tell you. I cannot tell you when last time I seen that play like that ran. Not one bit. I can't tell you. Every once in a while, you see a motherfucker down the field, wide ass open, on some broken coverage. You know what I'm saying? But the contested catch, that type of shit that I see motherfuckers do all the goddamn, not from the Texans. Do I think they got the personnel for that? No. Even Nico Collins, even though he one of those big receivers, 6'4", 200-some pound receivers, you know what I'm saying? But that's not how they use him. They don't use him as a jump ball guy. And I've been watching all these games. I've been napping when they do it? Because I haven't seen it. They don't use him as a jump ball guy. Not even as a fade guy. Don't see it. It's just like all the plays. You look at just like when you get down into the red zone. You get down to the red zone. And a lot of the times, not every time, I think they're a pretty good red zone team. It's just like, okay, what are we going to do? Somebody in the back of the end zone. You know what I'm saying? Somebody running across in the back of the end zone. But that's football. I mean, literally, that's fucking football. You get down in the red zone, there's always a motherfucker running across the back of the goddamn end zone. It just oh, you didn't catch it. Mm-hmm. But yeah, all those pieces, all those plays, I don't even see in a repertoire. Screenplays. See no goddamn screenplays. You got a running back like fucking Joe Mixon. The closest thing we had to Arian Foster. We can't manage to run a goddamn screenplay with the kind of pressure motherfuckers is bringing nowadays. You know what I'm saying? Like, for real. That's supposed to be out there. Okay, y'all want to keep doing that shit? You're going to bust your ass with a goddamn screenplay. If they do decide to run, they always want some goofy ass wide receiver fucking screen or some shit. Ain't nobody on our team was able to just do anything with that. Except for maybe Nico Collins. You run that play, whoop, run it to the sideline. You know, he catch the ball, run up the field by 5 yards because that's what he is. That motherfucker catch the ball and turn into fucking Earl Campbell and shit. Like, you can't run around people, sir. You know what I'm saying? He's just like, oh, I got the ball. Let me find somebody to hit. Nigga, you a wide receiver. We need for you to go and try to get the fuck further upfield. Don't be trying to run people over. Goddamn. Shit. That's the only thing that irritates me about Nico Collins. That it's just like you're not a running back, dude. You're not a running back. Chill the fuck out before you fuck around and get hurt. But then again, I mean, he doing that against DBs, and he my size and shit. So it'd be different if he was doing that shit against linebackers and shit like that. But I'm like, at least he doing it against DBs. You know, try to truck some DBs or some shit like that. But sometimes you just need to, you know, you get a juke or some shit and get further up goddamn field and just try to run motherfuckers over. But they run that. But even that's not some shit you really want to see, because teams read that. Anytime you got that sideways pass, it's just like them motherfuckers better be playing way the fuck off the goddamn ball to do that shit. Don't run that goddamn play when there's a motherfucker sitting right up there like he's just right up and about to jam a motherfucker off the line. Don't run that shit. You just asking for a pick six. You know, just asking for a pick six. Don't run it. Don't you do it. Better audible. Better change play. Do something. You be like, Oklahoma. Oh shit, Oklahoma. Run a goddamn another play. Run a drop play or something. Don't run that shit. Man. But they don't have any other personnel for that. They don't. You ain't seen Mechie in the game enough to do shit. And then when he in the game, he don't get no opportunities for nothing. As far as I can tell, Mechie's the only other person that can get in the game and get open, but they always miss him. Always. It's like they throw his balls out of his way on purpose. So, you know, Mechie got to get some opportunities. You know, Dale is Dale, but Dale is a possession receiver at this point. They would say, yeah, Dale is explosive and blah, blah, blah. Dale explosive this and explosive that. I'm not trying to diminish what the man did, but you know, explosive to me is boop, 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 you gone. Yeah, you ain't finna get none of that. You know why? Because that's not what the fucking Texas offense set you up for. You can do that, but you're going to do it on your own. The offense is not finna set you up for that. I mean, you would have to give fucking Dale the ball somehow in the middle of the goddamn field, wide fuck ass open, and then let him do his little wiggle jiggle, whatever he got, to run around and get people open. Get around people and see if he can run by people for like big plays and shit. But and this offense ain't gonna happen often. Big plays happen every so often, but it ain't gonna happen that often. And it's frustrating because you see motherfuckers do it on us all the time. And we supposedly got a good defense. We supposed to got a good defense. Motherfuckers light our ass up like a match. Oh, something happened. Yeah, so, yeah. Be talking about this shit all goddamn night. You know, I be talking about this shit all night. I'm just like, what? If they can't, I don't expect for them to win against Detroit. I don't. But they can't have another Minnesota. You know what I'm saying? If they get through this goddamn division and split the games, okay, fine. You know what I'm saying? If they get through here and split the games, that's fine. You know, I ain't gonna complain too much about that because the important shit is the division. Because we still got to get through the teams that we got to get through the teams that's still on our schedule. We got fucking Detroit. I'm not expecting for that to be a win because the way they offense is, and then they playing indoors here. Oh hell no! It's one of them things where it's just like, you know, you won't really count it against your team that much. At some point, you just outclassed, and you won't really know that until you start playing. But at this point, I'm just like, yeah, they might be a little bit outclassed when it come to the Detroit Lions. Like they was outclassed in the second half. You know what I'm saying? People want to talk shit. Everybody want to talk shit about the goddamn Jets and they 2-6 and blah 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 blah. You do know who their quarterback is, right? You see they running backs. They got two good running backs and at least two good receivers. You know what I'm saying? It's just, I mean, as far as offense is concerned, they got us beat. You know, on paper they do. We out here with all backups. You know what I'm saying? We out here with all backups. So people, thinking about, you know, ain't nobody like that the Texans were underdog when they went up there. Well, duh. You know what I'm saying? You up there, fucking half your team on goddamn the inactive list on IR. What the fuck you expect? They just gonna say you a favorite even though your whole goddamn half your offense ain't out there? Shit. So you got Detroit. I forgot who we have after that, but I know the important shit. We have to beat the Jacksonville Jaguars. We have to make sure we gotta win the goddamn division games. We have to. That's a given. We have to win we gotta beat Jacksonville. Even though those teams ain't good. You can't be fucking around. Because a lot of people are just writing them teams off. Just the same way they wrote off the Jets. Like, no, you can't do that. You know what I'm saying? You can't do that. You can't write off the Jets. You can't write off the Titans. You can't just pencil that shit in as a victory. You can't. No. You can't just pencil that shit in as a victory. You got to go out and play those games. I think they should win. I think they have better teams, and they should win those games. You can't just pencil that shit in. You don't know what the fuck is liable to happen. You know what I'm saying? You don't know what the fuck is liable to happen between now and then. You know, then we got the Chiefs, fucking Baltimore Ravens, Miami. Might be somebody else in there, I don't know. those games are jockeying for playoff position and shit like that. That's all well and good if you playing at top capacity. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got a bunch of motherfuckers hurt and all kind of other shit like that. You know, if you go into those games, okay, you like Kansas City, yeah, you should be able to do a little bit of something against Kansas City. You know what I'm saying? You should. And I'm going by. I'm not even talking about the offense. I'm talking about the way our defense is. Because you at this point you can pretty much frustrate. You can frustrate what's his name, Mahomes. Pretty easily if you can keep the pressure up. You know, if your guys on the outside is doing their job, well, the front forward, now they just beat the eye on the outside. But, you know, if they doing their job, okay, you should be able to, you know, hold your own. But like I said, you don't know where Kansas City gonna be by the time we play them. You know what I'm saying? Baltimore, man, I just saw Baltimore today. I don't see Texas doing shit against Baltimore. I don't, man. I just don't. Now, I can see them. I think Ryans. I think D'Amico Ryans has a formula against Derrick Henry. Because when he played him here, you didn't get shit. I think he had like his worst game ever against the Texans. And before then, he would run the goddamn Texans over goddamn 200 yards a game. Ryan's got here and it's just like, nah, we're not doing that no more. We're not doing that no more. We got a way to fix this shit. So I got if he have around 100 yards, I ain't gonna trip, but you could it's a lot of other shit you got to worry about with that team. I think they passing defense is kind of suspect, but the offense, nah, man, just Lamar Jackson, just somebody like that just irritates the fuck out of you. You know, where you got to keep a motherfucker. You gonna have to spy on them, and your DB is gonna have to be on goddamn point. I don't know if you run man or what kind of zone you fucking run for that shit, but it's just whatever you do, the motherfuckers gonna have to be on point. And just got to do the best you can goddamn do. Shit, the Browns beat them, so shit, the fucking Texans should be able to do a little bit of something if they at close to top capacity. You know what I'm saying? If they at close to top capacity, then they should be able to compete with damn near anybody. You know, but who's to say? You never know. And Miami, I don't remember what it was like the last time they played Miami. I remember a Miami game, they got their ass, they was losing like 30-0 at halftime. So, but that was a different Texans team. Yeah, that was a different Texans team. But you know, with the big play shit they got, and the way that our secondary looks sometimes, I don't know. They would have to keep, what's his name? They would have to knock Tua out the game some kind of goddamn way. You would have to pressure him up, knock him out the game, but he one of those quarterbacks that's like, their whole game is like quick shit. So ball like to be gone by the time any normal pressure get there. You know what I'm saying? It's just, you know, because he want him over to get the ball. I can't throw left-handed or whatever, but you know what I'm saying? You get the then ball gone. Get a ball, one of them little fuckers scatting all over the goddamn place. It's like, all right. So, Most of the games are winnable. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna put it like that. If the Texans are playing at full capacity. You know, I'm talking about just not rolling out there with half of the goddamn roster, you know, inactive and a bunch of goddamn practice squad players out there and shit like that. You need your starters out there on the field. You get our starters out there on the goddamn field, we got a good goddamn chance. Now I'm not gonna mention you can mention the offensive line, but it's just like along with Bobby Slow, you got to be able to coach around that. You got to be able to coach your goddamn offensive line up, and if they deficient, you need to be able to coach around that. If they not able to coach around that, none of this matters. They gonna lose. You know what I'm saying? If they can't coach around the deficiencies on their offensive line, you're gonna lose. You know what I'm saying? I was looking. Oh, they got Dallas too, and is Dallas people gonna be back by the time they And that's what I was saying. Everybody always talking about Dallas and shit, but it's just I'm just. I mean, when I start looking at it, it's kind of gonna be like the Jets game. You look now, you be like, okay, you got a veteran quarterback back there. Motherfucker just got paid all that money. They didn't pay him that shit for nothing. You know what I'm saying? You got a top wide receiver, and I think they got Dalvin Cook back there. So, yeah. I wouldn't be, and then I missed the highlights of them playing the Falcons. So I don't know if they won or not, but I don't think they had a fucked up game. I'd have to catch it after this, but it's just like I don't know, man. Then you playing up in Dallas too, and it's just now that I'm thinking about it, I don't even want to be around when they put. It's gonna be so much Dallas and Houston shit going on down here. I hate that. There's gonna be some Dallas, Houston shit talk for whatever goddamn reason. I'm like, it don't make no sense. Yeah, it don't make no sense. It's just like we're not in the same division. We're in different conferences. We don't hardly play each other ever. Why? What's the fan banter? There's no rivalry. We just happen to be located in the same fucking state. There's no rivalry. You know what I'm saying? There's no. I can't remember the last time they even played. I'm like, last time we played the Cowboys, I'm like, I have no fucking idea. I really don't. I have no goddamn idea when the last time I played the goddamn Cowboys. But it's gonna be some shit. But whatever. You can't pencil that in as a win. That's gonna be a toss. All these goddamn games gonna be a toss. You know what I'm saying? Because it's just all these teams have talent. You know, they do. They all have talent. And they all, they all got these players. They all get paid to come out here and do shit. So, the motherfuckers be wanting to just say, all right, the Texans, this, that, and the other, and they gonna write, we ain't worrying about the Jaguars. We ain't worried. Watch this motherfucker go out there. We ain't worried. Well, the players ain't. I mean, the team ain't doing that shit. They are. But I'm like, shit. They go out there and they lose against the goddamn Jaguars. You're gonna be looking stupid. Nah, I thought you could just write that shit in. You know what I'm saying? I thought you can just write this. Nah, you can't do that. Texans are a decent football team at this point. Not good, decent. You know what I'm saying? They are decent. They're not good. They haven't been good all year. They was only good against the fucking Patriots. Sucked at the time. You got to show off against a goddamn rookie quarterback making his first fucking start. That ain't shit. You know what I'm saying? That ain't shit. You barely beat the goddamn Colts twice this year. And they gave the game to you. Shit, Anthony Richardson won that second game for the fucking Texans. They didn't beat them. They didn't beat them. Anthony Richardson won that game for the Texans. That's how bad he was in that game. Yeah, no, it ain't really had shit to do with the Texans. It was just bad. Bad. You got to be able to look at that shit and be like, yeah, well, that's why they 6-3. 6-3. I'm like, they'd have told you they'd be 6-3 before the season started. At this point, you take it. But how are we 6-3? And you're like, I don't know, man. It's one of them devil's deals. You know what I'm saying? We 6-3, but goddamn, we've been getting our ass whooped the whole goddamn season. How's that? How we managed to get our ass whooped the whole season? We 6-3. Well, you finna find out, because we got some tough games coming up, and the Texans gonna have to show the fuck up. Now, if the Texans can manage to roll through these goddamn games for the rest of the season and not lose no more than 2, you know what I'm saying? Then I'm like, okay, we got we got some fucking some playoff hopes. I mean, probably gonna be in the playoffs anyway, but you know what I'm saying, like as far as seeding and shit like that is concerned. They probably do pretty good if they can get through this shit and only lose 2 more games. That will make them something in 5. How many games they got? 17? Damn, I'm supposed to like. How many games do we have? This is 17 games. So that's 5 losses. 12-5. God damn, my brain. Oh my goodness. 12-5. I mean, if you can go in at 12-5, you know what? Take it. You know what I'm saying? Now, who did you lose to? Now that will be some big deal, because if you go through all the rest of the season and you done lost to the Chiefs and you done lost to Baltimore, well, you ain't going nowhere, because you going into the playoffs, you probably gonna have to run through one of those, maybe even both. So that's why you got to have at least a good showing against those teams. Baltimore, you got to play them. You got to play them. You got to play them. You can't go in there and then get torched. Fuck that. Go to Kansas City, you got to go in there and play them. Don't go in there and have Mahomes have the best goddamn game of the season against your ass, because people tend to do that against the Texans. I don't know why people tend to play against the Texans and do shit they ain't never done before and never will do again. But they did it against us. Come on. What the fuck? Stop that. Just stop it. I want to hear that shit. That motherfucker like, what's his name, come up in here. It's just what was that? A long time ago when fucking Zach Wilson first got in the league. Tore the Texans ass up. He ain't done shit since. I'm hearing all kind of weird ass shit about this dude. And I'm like, oh shit, man, we should light this dude up. I'm like, man, that man tore our ass up. You know, tore our ass up. Down here in our stadium. Tore us up. And then proceed to get his ass reamed for the next however many goddamn years. It's just like, I'm sitting there watching Zach Wilson get just thrown out of place. I'm like, where was this motherfucker way back then? You know what I'm saying? In his first goddamn year. Get the fuck out of here, dude. Get your stupid ass out of here. Anyway, Texas need to work on their play calling. They need to work on their coaching in general. And a lot of these talking heads need to just stop. You know, you get there, little press conferences, you ask your little questions, and then you go on your fucking podcast. And well, he said this, he said that, he said this, and he said that. And you know goddamn well, because this is your fucking job to do this shit, that they not telling you nothing worth hearing. Nothing. They not telling you nothing worth hearing. Anything that's worth telling you is shit they keep it to themselves. It's not something they want floating around out there, good or bad. You know what I'm saying? Good or bad. It's not something they want floating around out there. That's for the team to know. That's for them to discern and figure out all them other fucked up ass words. That's for them. That's for them to do. Not you out there asking questions. Well, on this play, blah 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 blah. Well, the goal was to complete the pass. Everybody looking at, everybody and their mama looking up there at that dude like, really? Really, dude? That's the answer you gonna give us? And he up there like, you know what I'm saying? It's just, yeah, that's all I'm gonna fucking tell you. I don't know what the fuck you want to hear. You want me to come up here and just kind of fall on the sword and apologize to the world because some shit didn't go right in the game or something? Just no, it's not for the fucking happen. Very few times will you get a coach go up there that wear his goddamn feelings on his sleeve and get up there and just say some shit. Even then it's measured. Unless he just don't give a fuck. I don't know how that shit works. Especially as a player, because as a coach, you can go up there and you can say whatever. As a player, you got to go up there and everything is. I don't even know the right word. I don't even know if cliche is the right word. What's the one? Motherfuckers the same shit over and over again until it has no meaning or whatnot. I think that's what I say. It just, why even come up there? It's like a couple years ago, Lovie Smith was here. I ain't never seen a motherfucker say nothing as much as Lovie Smith. I'm like, why are you even up? Why waste your time coming to the podium, dude? Why waste your time coming to the podium if you just not gonna say shit? Everything that come out of your mouth is a non-fucking answer. It's just like if I was a head coach in the NFL, I'm like, I'm not going up there. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going up there. I mean, you got, send the OC up there, send the DC up there, somebody else. Yeah, fucking send the water boy up there. I don't give a fuck, but I'm not saying shit. Because I'm not going to say nothing. Because generally it's like what I would say is something you probably wouldn't want to be said. So you got to know your own goddamn personality. You get up there and be like, well, nah. Yeah. You wasted everybody's time. And then you got the people that do that, then they take the shit you do say and run with it. Like when and this has been a whole bunch of podcasts where I said, Miko Ryan said, whatever, everything is on the table as far as getting these problems fixed. And well, that's exactly what he said. He said everything is on the table. He didn't say what he was going to do. Everybody take that shit and run with it. Well, you said everything is on the table. Well, yeah, man, he ain't done nothing. He ain't done nothing. He didn't say he was going to do nothing. Well, do anything. Goddamn, my grammar is bad. He didn't say he was going to do anything. He just said everything is on the table. You know what I'm saying? Which in football, it is. You know what I'm saying? Between all those coaches and the general manager and all this other, everything is always on the table. They looking at everything all the goddamn time. You know what I'm saying? It ain't really shit to do. You know what I'm saying? Everybody want to be making these trades and all these moves and shit like that. And I'm just like, well, you not in the books. You know what I'm saying? You not in the books. You not in these people contracts. Think you are, but you're not. You not the one that got to spend money on shit or decide you want to spend money on a motherfucker that might not do the job, or spend money on a motherfucker or keep spending money on a motherfucker that ain't for to touch the field for you. You know what I'm saying? You know, all this shit come into play. All of it. Not just sitting around like you on Madden and shit, just throwing shit to fucking get. No. No. Don't work like that. Sorry. It's not what we do here. You say, yeah, we're gonna do this, do that, and do that. What we gonna get? You know, we need to get rid of this motherfucker. Our offensive line sucks. You know, and it sucks kind of across the board. So, you know, if we gonna make changes, we need to change at least 2 motherfuckers. What the hell you finna get 2 offensive linemen for that's better than what you got? Where? You want to talk about trades, and then next thing you know, the goddamn the draft come and you ain't got no draft picks. You know, it's just that type of shit. Sometimes you gotta live with what you got so you can do better tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? It's just, okay, there ain't shit we can do about it. It's just like the problems we got now, like literally people gonna have to suck that shit up. Ain't shit we can do till next year. Not bringing in no receivers. You know what I'm saying? You're not bringing in no receivers. They can bring in receivers. Are they gonna be better than what we got? If so, why the fuck were they on somebody's team already? That type of shit. There's a lot of motherfuckers out there on the street right now. But why are they on the fucking street? It's likely at least one of them motherfuckers. I mean, and don't think that they not working motherfuckers out. They work motherfuckers out all the goddamn time. You know what I'm saying? They work players out all the damn time. So folks be talking, but you don't know what the hell they doing. You don't. They tell you one thing, they gonna do whatever it is they doing. You have no shits about what they done told the media. Media gonna take the shit, they gonna run with it. Yeah, he said everything was on the table, but he ain't done nothing. Ain't no changes being made. You don't know that. You know what I'm saying? You don't know what's being done. Man, D'Amico Ryans could have took Bobby Slowick in the back room, start smacking him around and cussing his ass out, doing all kind of weird ass shit. Get your shit together, Bobby. Whack. Call another goddamn halfback pass. Whack. Now, you gonna call another halfback pass? Well, I was whack. You gonna call another halfback pass? No, sir. Could have did it. I doubt it, but you know, I would expect that. You know, you get a motherfucker like that. He just, you know, you get a motherfucker that don't look like he would do that type of shit, but that is exactly what's going on. He just back there pimping out poor Bobby, which probably need to happen. It's either that or get fuck rid of him. I am not a Bobby Slowick fan at all. This is not. When I can see the stupid ass play calling, when I can see it, blind as shit. When I can fucking see it, it's a goddamn problem. When I hop on my YouTubes here and start scrolling through all these podcasts, people I ain't never even seen or heard of before. It's a lot of goddamn podcasts out there. They see it. Regular ass motherfuckers like me just sitting there talking blah blah blah. Except for they got a bunch of other little shit all over on their screen and stuff. I don't do all that. But they see it. You know what I'm saying? They see it. It's just like, the media see it. They ask you about the shit. Your little stupid halfback pass. What you think about the play call? Well, if the play would have worked, everybody would have been. I ain't trying to hear that shit. Ain't no what if the play would have worked. Now it didn't. It worked for Denver today, which was kind of fucked up. I turned on the goddamn the Denver game today. I'm watching that shit, and it was kind of fucked up because I was just the game. I had caught it while it was still, you know, they didn't get to the game until it was already, you know, in progress. It's still early though. Denver had the ball, drove down there, and I was like, I'm looking, I'm like play calling. Play calling. I'm looking at everybody's play calling now. Fucking with the Texans. Every time I'm looking at everybody's play call. I'm looking at the tendency. What are they doing? I'm like, you got Bo Nix back there. I'm like, okay. They gonna throw it. I mean, they probably gonna. I was like, Bo Nix gonna score this touchdown. Like on that play, I was like, Bo Nix gonna score this touchdown. But I was thinking that he was gonna drop back, and it was gonna be a gap in the coverage, and he was gonna run it in. They run a fucking goddamn halfback pass down there on the goal line. Two Bo Nix, not to another receiver, two Bo Nix. And this motherfucker caught the goddamn ball for a goddamn touchdown. I almost turned the game off. You're like, you know what? I done saw this shit. I don't need to do nothing else. I don't need to watch no more football. I was like, I don't need to watch no more goddamn football. Dude, they done ran a goddamn halfback pass line. But it was, first of all, it was early in the game. And they was down there on their goddamn goal line. Because it was only like, what, maybe a 2-yard pass or whatever the fuck it was. And it's one of them things where if the play didn't work, then you got them pinned down there anyway. So what the fuck? Man. They threw that motherfucker, jumped up and caught that contested ass pass too. Just like, that was not going to happen. Because first of all, CJ Stroud is not the athlete that Bo Nix is. It's the same thing I was talking about, the other quarterbacks that be moving. You got motherfucker Bo Nix take off running up the field. That motherfucker take off running up the field. I don't know. It's just like somebody had my TV. Anytime I watch another team play, and they quarterback take off running, it's like my goddamn TV is playing in fucking double speed or some shit. That's fine, you know what I'm saying? But I'm like, when did you expect for CJ Stroud to catch a fucking fade route? You know what I'm saying? It's just now the throw, and the fucked up part about it, the throw was pretty goddamn good. You know what I'm saying? I was just like, well, you know, you think the throw would be fucked up, but no, it wasn't. The throw was actually where the hell it was supposed to be. It's just, man, this shit just wasn't gonna work. It's fucked up, man. You watch another team do it, and they got blew out today too. But that play worked. I don't think nothing else they did after that worked, but that play worked. God damn it. Because I think the Ravens ran away from their ass after they said, oh, that's what y'all doing, huh? All right, fuck it. You just gonna whoop. They just ran away from their ass. Just like, I went to the bathroom, came back, and it was, man, like, goddamn, Denver, y'all just stopped playing. It was just a 7-point game. Y'all asses way in the game. Y'all down by 4 possessions or some shit. What the fuck y'all do? I just left the screen for a second, man. What the fuck? Had to go to the bathroom, come back. Y'all just took all the dumps on the field. Yeah, at least y'all got the halfback pass. But even then, I'm watching they play calling. You know what I'm saying? And the play calling is literally like all over the place. You know what I'm saying? It's all over the place. Run, pass, run, pass, 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 run, pass, run, pass, pass, pass. You know what I'm saying? It's just like you don't know what the fuck for to come. It ain't like fucking Bobby with his pass, 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 pass. Run, 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 run. I should have counted that shit as the downs, but y'all know what the fuck I mean. It's just, just stop that. Look, I'm sitting here talking. I done missed a 103-yard. Wait a minute, did he say that right? Oh, that's another game. Oh, that was another game. That's the Rams game. I'm sitting here and I missed a 103-yard internet reception. Interception return? What the fuck? Anyway, I'm finna get out of here. I'm gonna catch y'all next Sunday after the Vikings. I mean, god damn it, after the Lions game. Goodness gracious.